All right. Hey, everyone. Just want to give you a quick update on what's going on. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Hopefully, you got some big plans today. Otherwise, let's talk about the market as a whole. So, my name is Stas Manchek. Focus on Minnesota, Southeast Florida. And all the markets are kind of having similar effects and similar changes to what's going on with these higher interest rates. CPI came in today and it was higher than they thought. So that's going to send the 10-year bond up further, raising interest rates by probably a little bit, quarter point, half a point within the next few days. Stock market's probably going to have a pullback. So what does that mean for you if you're in the real estate market today? So let's break it down into the different markets and let's break it down into different price points. So right now in Minneapolis, in the 13 metro area, what you're seeing is a lot of activity in that first time home buyer realm, which is, that 350 and below market is really strong, really competitive, multiple offers, multiple 20, 30 showings. And then you step up a little bit more and then you get into that under 450 mark, and then there is a steep decline in activity for most properties. But if a property is turnkey meaning new roof, new windows, new siding, updates at least to the main level, clean, ready to move into and ready to live for somebody that doesn't need to put any work into it right now because it's been remodeled over the last few years. Things have been replaced, things have been maintained, and it's priced correctly. Here's an example. Property went on the market Friday, showing started Saturday. Price point was $420 list price. Within 24 to 36 hours, we were in multiple offers, had 40 plus people through an open house, had about 20 showings, and then received 7 offers total. So turnkey property, great location, great schools. Those are the properties that we're seeing the most activity in. But then if you look at the other side of property that's not turnkey, that's not ready to move into, that requires some work, and that's priced at the same price point to where these turnkey properties are priced, those homes are going to sit on the market for a long time until the price reductions come, and then you're just chasing the curve where the buyer sees the value and the seller hits that curve. So just be careful when you are selling your properties that you work with somebody that understands how the market works, how marketing works, how pricing works, and actually is a professional to tell you that, hey, I know you want this, but here's what the market is telling us today, and here's what your price point's going to be to get you the most amount of money in the fastest amount of time, because the longer you sit on the market, the less you're going to get. Right? So, that's where the steam is picking up, is in those price ranges. Luxury is still struggling. There's a lot of luxury sales happening still, but a lot of those are cash, a lot of those are short-term financing, a lot of those are, short 5-7 year, 10-year arms, balloon, jumbo mortgages, which still happen. But if you take $1 million property and you raise the interest rate to 6-7%, your monthly payment on that property goes up quite substantially. So still a lot of cash out there, but 25 to 30% less than there was a year ago, because business owners, people that have in retirement, things along those sorts, are still have cash, but it's getting less and less by the week. According to Redfin data, this year we're still 40% down on transactions as of January, February, compared to the last few years. So there's a lot less inventory. And why there's a lot less inventory is because, let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's say you, as a homeowner, has a rate that's locked in under 4%. And I've talked about this before. So what that's telling you is, under 4%, if you were to move up a property by 500 to 1,000 square feet, your payment's now not going to only go up by $500-$600. Your payment's going to double or sometimes even triple with these new interest rates. So a lot of these people, and it's like 80% of the market, are going to stay put for a long time because they're just not going to be able to afford to move. So let's talk Southeast Florida. Southeast Florida is having the same issues that we are here. Luxury market started declining, a lot more inventory, days on market got higher. And then in the lower points, the more affordable price range, that 300 to 400 range, there's a lot of inventory piling up because a lot of the inventory that's piling up is overpriced. It needs work. It's, not in the best locations, things along those sorts. So that just tells you that, real estate as a whole you can look at the whole picture, but everything is a micro market within a market, depending on schools, neighborhoods, streets, all those things. But it's still eventually the same thing in pricing the right price for the property, because you can change two things. You can change the aesthetics of the property, how it looks with updates and upgrades. You can change the price, but you can never change the location. So you have to keep that in mind when you're getting your property priced out and what's happening and how you're doing it. So just be aware that if you are pricing your property way too high, you're going to sit on the market and you're going to lose more and more money, especially if you have to move. Not that you want to move, but if you have to move, then that's going to affect you overall, and you're going to net less the longer that you sit on the market. The rule is usually first 3 weeks, if you don't get any offers, but there's showings, the market is rejecting your price of your property, because a lot of people will not do lowball offers unless they're investors, because people just don't have that type of negotiation ability, because they're just afraid to, make the sellers mad or whatever else. But investors just look at the numbers, so they don't really care. So they might, lowball you by 100, 150, 200 grand. And that's the issues that we're having issues with too, is homes that are sitting on the market for 100 some days. We come in with investors, we present our offers to what we think is fair market value for that property, and sometimes it's $150,000, $200,000 below ask. And even after 170 days in the market, these sellers are going, no, my property is worth way more than that. And we go, okay, great, we'll give you another, month and a half. And unless somebody comes in that's going to live there or sees value in that property, most of the time investors follow the same guidelines and the same rules. So they're going to be pretty much in line with that same pricing strategy on where they need to come in, because the risk, the cost of money went up, all those factors that come into play, construction costs, things like that, because they are in the business to make money. They're not just in the business to give the sellers what they want based on market conditions. So with that being said, the one area that I don't really play in, but I do focus my attention a lot on it, and that's the rental market. The rental market for single family homes has been booming for the last few years. And in my opinion, I think it's going to continue to boom. And the reason being is because affordability. Mortgage rates are up, property taxes are up, insurance rates are up, and people just can't afford their monthly payments, so they would rather rent and not have those extra expenses that come into play. And rent's been raising 20, 30%, especially in the single family home market the last few years. And honestly, I do not see that changing. And the reason being is because with rents being so high, people can't save enough money for down payments. People are stuck between a rock and a hard place, to where we either rent and have a place to live, or we try to buy something, but we might not have enough funds. And with the property taxes and insurance being so high, we might not even be able to afford that payment and get qualified for that loan. Because it's funny how it works. I mean, the banks look at you and you're paying $1,600, $2,000 in rent, but your income might only qualify you for a $1,200 monthly payment on a mortgage, which is unfortunate, but that is how it works, especially if you have debts and liabilities and things along those sorts. So let me know what you think of this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Try to bring you guys the up-to-date information every single week, because I'm in the market every single day, and I see what's going on. And a lot of the news channels and a lot of the news articles are telling you data that's 2-3 months old. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. All my contact information is below. Please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And also, have a happy Valentine's Day. And please reach out if I can be of any value to you, or if you just want advice on what to do and how to do it with your real estate stuff. Thanks so much. Have an amazing day, and I hope you enjoy your holiday.